All right, here we go. Start it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bar Central. Your boy True 400 and that nigga right there. All right, man.
The star of the show.
Relax.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
They only came to see me. Hey, man. So I was thinking, right?
That's where you fucked up. That ain't your strong suit.
Listen, man.
Take that bullshit off. I'm tired of seeing this shit every time we do the podcast. Y'all niggas if your team not over 500, if your team not that, not the rotten apple. I know what that's about. That's cool. And it could be a different color, but it's cool. I'm talking about that bullshit ass fucking Santa Claus hat you got on. If your team ain't over 500, you don't need to be repping shit.
Talk to me after the playoffs. All right. Anyway.
Make it. There we go. Go ahead. Continue.
Take a drink from my niggas. You know what's next. I ain't gonna say it, but you know what's next. But anyway, so I was thinking, man, I was like, man, the game's so diluted nowadays. You know what I mean? You got like niggas talking all this gangster shit, and now all of a sudden all these niggas is snitching, and you know, you got, you know, niggas is shooting bitches allegedly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the game is so diluted nowadays. And it's like, for us, I'm gonna say for me, what would you rather be? Because we rap and we do this podcast. Would you rather be a big, you know, artist or a big podcaster?
I'd rather be the big artist.
Big artist. Because as an artist, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. See, in podcasting, you can too, but there are also rules to this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not to this one.
No, not to this one. Not the Bar Central. We don't do that rule.
I don't give a fuck.
If it's cool with you and it's cool with me, it's coming out. You feel what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Fuck everybody else. But you know, it's rules to this shit. You start getting too much here or too much there, and now you fucking up your possible sponsorships and endorsements and where you can host and launch your shit. You feel me? Can't nobody stop me from uploading what I want to say to my distro kid.
That's facts.
You feel what I'm saying? I ain't got to sign with no label to make no money. You feel me? So it's like I can always go direct to consumer with anything that I want to do, anything I want to say, anything I want to put out, and I have 100% creative control every time. Podcasting, we can do the same right now. We can say whatever the fuck we want, but if we come a day where we like, hey, you know what I'm saying? They got the sponsorship over here at Amazon. They trying to run some whoop-de-whoops on our videos, but they saying we can't say this, we can't say that. We ain't really touching no bread, but them niggas trying to offer us 50,000. You feel what I'm saying?
So what about if you're an artist and you sign to a certain label? It don't even matter who it is, and you come up with your whole project, nigga. I'm ready to drop, and they like, well, we listened to it and we don't like this track. We don't like the fact that you call white people crackers here. We don't like how you said fuck all niggas who ain't my niggas. Well, you know, so they can still kind of control you in some aspect. Because I remember when I heard on this new Kendrick album, he said something about crackers. Let me think of the line. Hello, crackers.
We in LA.
That was the first time I ever heard Kendrick even use that terminology. You know, I was like,
Kendrick, lie.
Are you only?
That kind of instantly became one of my favorite songs on that album. I'm not gonna say why.
That nigga racist.
But it instantly kind of became one of my favorites. Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, you feel me?
But yeah, I was thinking, and I was like, man, because I watched, you know, Drink Champs. What's another one? The Pivot. Every now and again, I watch like I Am Athlete and all that. And in a podcast, you could tell your story, but you can also bring people in to tell their story. And I think sometimes, let's say somebody make a song or make an album, and they talking some real gangster shit, some real cold shit. And you know that person, you'd be like, nigga, you ain't never been like that. You ain't never slapped a fly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more judgmental, more people trying to like discredit your character in the music scene than if you were doing a podcast. Because in a podcast, you just talk, you have a conversation, you just let other people, talk about their lives. I guess in a sense, it's whoever knows that person could still do the same thing. I guess, but I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I think I would rather do the platform. I mean, the podcast, because we get to sit down and tell stories back and forth, and I get to know you. You get to let the world know the real you. Because some people, I think they make the music that the people want to hear. Because me, if I want to be a trapper, I'm gonna make the music people want to hear just so I can make the money and I can go do the shit that I really want to do, which would be help the homeless or help with hospital crisis or whatever
humanitarian shit.
Yeah. So I would do what I need to do just to make the money, but at the end of the day, my end goal is to be, like you said, be a humanitarian.
So let me ask you a question based on what you just said. In your opinion, how would you feel? Because we oftentimes hear people say, "Oh, I know how to separate the man from the music," or "This is just for entertainment." You know what I'm saying? So, because you said you would want to pick the podcast realm of what you would want to do, how would you feel if somebody that you listen to is telling lies in a musical form as an artist versus you sitting down talking to this person and they telling you straight face lies in a form of just straight conversation? How would you feel? Because if you get lies from an artist and you find out they lies, we always chalk it up to, okay, it's entertainment. They did what they had to do or said what they had to say to sell records or do this or do that, right? But if a nigga's sitting down and you bring him on this on this podcast or your platform and you having a heart-to-heart with a nigga and he just lying to you, and then you find out those are lies, then it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, this is when you're supposed to take the shell off. You take the one thing podcast and you just talk and let everything out. You know what I'm saying? But you lying about who you really are, what you've really done in a general real nigga closed off conversation. So how would you feel between the two if that happened in the podcast room?
So for some niggas will feel like they don't, it's too hard to be vulnerable, right? That's why if you watch a podcast like Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls, right? Or Nori's Drink Champs. Once you get into a certain environment, sometimes you will let your guard down. The whole Cold as Balls thing is if you're in that cold tub, like you
gets
start
you
to
out
get
your
vulnerable.
element. Your mind is somewhere else.
Yeah. And then with the Drink Champ, if I'm listen on my podcast, we drank. Okay, we're drinking. That's not even a fucking whatever. But we're if you're going to sit here and lie to me, and I'm not trying to be your friend necessarily,
right?
You know what I mean? So if I get like, let's say I get Blueface or I get the Baby, right? I don't listen to y'all niggas' music. I don't really care about y'all niggas as people, but we gonna sit down, we gonna talk on this podcast. If you want to lie to keep up your image, that's fine. That's you lying to yourself and to your fans. I don't really care. I will just keep the conversation going just to get through the episode. But if I feel like you decide you want to talk tough or you want to question me or question my character or question my gangster, now we in a whole different realm. Like me and Blueface, we could throw hands. Me and the Baby is whoever get to the strap first. It's not even going to be because I know what this nigga trying to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't really care if you decide you want to lie. If you feel like this is what you need to do to keep your character up, you know, this is your image. You want to be that gangster nigga that, I'm a shooter, I'm a killer, I'm gonna do. Keep your image up, bro. You do what you got to do. I'm gonna ask you my questions before we start. If you don't like this question, I won't ask it. If you like this question instead, or you want to take it a different direction, we'll go that route. But as far as you lying, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I ain't trying to be your friend. Now, if you my friend and you sit up here lying,
this is where I was gonna go with this, because you may not have a personal relationship with, you know, let's say it's another artist, right? But in the podcast realm, you have the ability to bring on who you want.
Right.
Right. So let's say you bring on Eminem.
Be careful about what you finna say next.
Listen to me, right? Because any Bar Central fan out there know this nigga calls himself the number, what is it, 6 stand now in the world?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah,
that's pretty high up on that goddamn
I'm up
list.
there. I'm up there. I am up there.
So that shows how much you're invested into M, right?
Yeah.
So if you bring M up there and it's like, man, I always wanted to meet you, always wanted to talk to you, always wanted to ask you just shit about your life, shit about your career, what you meant in this song, why'd you pick this line when you said it, whoop, 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 whoop. You invested. And you bring this nigga up here and you talk to him and he feeds you a shitload of lies.
Well, now
how would you feel at that point?
That's where I would have to separate. Now, if you rarely will I call him Marshall, right? I call him M or Eminem because it's the job that I'm attached to. I'm attached to you as an artist. You as a person, he could have the best relationship with Kim and Debbie. The best relationship. But in his music, he said, fuck that bitch. So I'm going to talk to you about your music. Now, if you say, listen, this is how real life is, and real life is not exactly how okay, now we can talk about your real life if you want to do that. But I'm invested to you as an artist. I try to draw that line between, a person as as what your job is versus who you are. Because you could be, let's say you're a fucking God-fearing, church-going Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or whatever, but your job is a sniper. I have to separate the man from the job. So I need you. If I'm going to ask questions about the part of you that I admire, which is the artist, I don't give a fuck about you as a goddamn person. You are a drug addict. You dye your hair. You know what I mean? Not things I do.
So but how hard do you think it is for people to separate the human from the profession? Because I look at people like,
that's tough.
Let's take LeBron. Let's take LeBron, right? All right? LeBron is known to the public as this great guy, father, friend that can literally do no wrong in the human eye to the public, right? Fuck about how you feel about him on the basketball court. Outside of the basketball court, he's known as this great guy that everybody loves. He can damn near do no wrong in everybody's eyes.
Until he starts talking politics.
Right. And when you start hearing this on LeBron and that on LeBron and allegations on LeBron, it's like, damn, I fuck with you as a basketball player, right? That's your profession, and I fuck with you because to me, well, not to me, but speaking as somebody else, they'll be like, to me, you that nigga, you the greatest, you the best. Woo.
Yeah.
And then when you start to hear some outside shit, it's like, damn, can I really separate you from this? Can I really support you? Because I hear things that make me feel like you're a piece of shit of a human. I don't want anything to do with you in any realm, whether it's outside of your profession or in your profession. I can't support you at all. We see this all the time with look at how good Colin Kaepernick was. When he took a knee, white people start burning all their Nike shit, all the San Francisco 49er jerseys.
Which people?
Hold on. White people started burning all their Nike shit, all they San Francisco 49er shit, you know what I'm saying? Jerseys, hats, memorabilia, everything. Yeah. And it's like, okay, do we agree with it as Black people? No. But in their mind, for what you did outside, well, I mean, it was on the field, but for what you were standing for outside of football, they deem you to be a piece of shit. So they can't support you here. So it's like, at what point in time can you really support the profession when you can't support the human or the individual?
I'm going to say it depends on what the person's doing. Now, for Kaepernick, you fighting for, a fucked up society. On the football field, from the whitest white to the blackest black, we can all come together as a 49er fan. Off the field, that's when white is white and black is black, and that's where we separate. So if I'm a white person and I feel like you're attacking white people, I can't fuck with you as a person, right? But I can still fuck with you on the field because you're just a 49er. You're a 49er player. Now, if you're doing something, if you fucking undercover terrorist or murderer or whatever the fuck is that passes your line, then we can't separate it. So if Eminem was a serial rapist, right? Or he just ran around calling niggas with the hard R all through Detroit. Now I got to look at you a little different kind of way. Like I always ask myself, if Eminem came to me and was like, hey, True, my nigga, how would I feel? 80% of me would be like, nigga, that's Eminem. But the other 20% would be like, you piece of mother, I'm a and I beat him up. Like, let's just be for real. You know what I mean? But that's just how I feel. So it depends on what that line is that you just I can't fuck with you after you cross this line. So I guess it just depends on what that line is.
So, like you said, there's a barrier off the field when social issues and personal beliefs and politics come into play. So let's say this is something that came out recently. Former WNBA star Cappie Pondexter says she was disappeared for 2 years, or she did disappear for 2 years due to being sex trafficked by LeBron.
By who?
LeBron.
She was being what? Wait, hold on, it's in this ear. But she was being what?
Sex trafficked by LeBron, 38-year-old James. You know, number 6, 6'8", 260, play for the Lakers.
I hate who he plays for, but yeah. That's like, Emma, just before you even continue, this sounds blasphemous. Before I even hear the details, because I ain't heard this yet. So before I even get into the details, that, like, when was it? Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? When was this?
She said she disappeared in 2020 and she just escaped this year. She just came back this year to familiar territory in society. She said she didn't know where she was.
So 2020, where were they at NBA wise?
They won the championship.
In a bubble? It was in Florida, right? Yeah, that's where the bubble was, because that's when they won a championship. That's trying to stroke my beard that I don't have. So maybe if I keep stroking it, it'll come and fuck you. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Like, I mean, of course,
it's not to say that, like, you know, he kidnapped her physically himself. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're not going to say that. But
so if first of all, nobody is just giving up names. So if you said he didn't do it physically, so if he didn't physically kidnap her, who the fuck finna kidnap her and say, yeah, bitch, it's LeBron James who's kidnapping you?
So let me reiterate. I'm assuming based on her statements, right?
Yeah.
Because she said it was LeBron James, but in my mind, that's something of LeBron's organization.
Yeah, which it
would. You feel what I'm saying?
How would you figure out that it's LeBron's umbrella? You know what I mean? Who the fuck is finna tell you that, yeah, we work for LeBron James?
Well, according to her, and I'm paraphrasing everything, of course, I guess she had something going on with the I Promise school that he runs.
Yeah.
So I believe she was saying she was down there with that, or on that type of basis.
Okay.
And that's where everything happened. Everybody knows who created, who funded, and who owns the I Promise School.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when something like that happens with that organization of people, she also went on to allege that him and his sister are allegedly molesting kids at that school. It was a lot of allegations that came out in her videos. And I sat and I watched them. And the reason why I watched them, because I feel like it's easy, right, for us to be like, that don't sound like that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the image that has been portrayed to us for what, 20 seasons now?
Yeah.
It's easy for us to say that, but none of us really know these celebrities.
Hey, and we will never know. So same year, 2020, I'm probably going to get not only canceled, just exterminated. But when COVID hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a court case going on in the California Supreme Court. And you know who we had as president in 2020. And the prior president was going to take the stand during that case, along with a couple of the presidents, a couple high profile CEOs, a couple superstar athletes, a couple athletes that are on TV talking about the sport, a couple famous celebrities with talk shows. DM me if y'all want to know these names. I got a whole list. But anyway, and a couple actors. A lot of these people were going to trial during the COVID year. For visiting a certain island that rhymes with Jepstein. So, but they have this certain image, and one guy is a particular melanated president, and he has a particular image. So when you say, that president whose name rhymes with the block Sarama, he was visiting Jepstein's island. It's like, what the fuck? Why would he be over there where they do stuff to minors?
Right.
You know what I mean? But he's painted up this image where it's like, nah. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say that it's not possible. But I would have to see some take the nigga to court. Take him to court. And that those what's the shit called when they type it all up, the minutes, all that shit will come out. We just got to find them. And once the court proceedings happen, we're gonna see what really happened. And also another thing just came out. I for whatever reason, I get on Snapchat maybe once every 6 months. I was just on Snapchat. What's today? I don't even know. But Tuesday I was on Snapchat, and it was talking about LeBron be cheating on his wife. And I was like, oh, Bron? No way. And all of I think it was like 3 different women who was like coming out saying that they was fucking with LeBron. And I'm like, no way. I could see it because you're LeBron. But at the same time, it's like
I mean, it's the same way that they looked at Jay-Z when they found out he was cheating on Beyonce.
No, that's different. Let me tell you why it's different. Because, nigga, that's Beyonce and you're Jay-Z. That's why, nigga, you ugly. You look like the motherfucking, the camel from the cigarette pack. And that's Beyonce. I don't care about your stature. That's Beyonce, and you look like you. That's why you cheating on her shouldn't happen.
But this is my point. The stature that you just said you don't care about was, he was this mogul who did everything right.
True.
You feel what I'm saying?
Not everything right. He was
what I'm saying is, I mean from a business aspect.
Okay.
He was a mogul in hip hop that did everything right. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that, and then it's like, wait, as good as the man that everybody vouches for you and say that you are, and you this supreme big homie, and you look out for people, and you start these businesses and everything work, and you're such a great guy, you was cheating? his whole time. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, even when you look at those allegations of LeBron, here's why I don't think it's far-fetched of those allegations.
Which part?
Not
the cheating or the other
the
one?
cheating. The cheating.
Okay, because I was gonna say that other one is a little tough.
Do you remember the banana boat?
Yep.
You remember what happened with that, right?
No, I didn't care about none of those players at the time. So, because James Harden was in Houston and that was the nigga. So, but just tell me, because I know Carmelo was there, right? D Wade was there.
Carmelo, Wade, LeBron, Bosh, and Kobe.
Okay. Kobe didn't go to the banana boat.
Yes, he did. Look at the picture. They're all five. They're called the Banana Boat Brothers. But anyway, while you're looking that up, yeah, they were caught with some people that they didn't walk down the aisle and say I do with in a different country. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when that picture got to surfacing, it was like, you niggas out here doing some extra shit. And a lot of niggas.
LeBron, Paul, CP3, trash ass Carmelo, and D Wade. And here's another picture with LeBron, Chris Paul, D Wade, and Gabrielle Union. Because I was about to say, I don't think Kobe was there.
No, he
Kobe
was.
Don't hang out with niggas. Kobe don't hang out with niggas.
This was during the Olympics.
Wasn't no Olympics in 2020. 2016, maybe. But go ahead with your story.
This was 2016. I think this was back in like 2010. This was LeBron in Miami years. This was back then.
All right.
But yeah, like when that shit came out, it was just like, oh, all these guys that we see pictures with their wives and them, and they got these families. They're at the All-Star games. The wives are in attendance at their games. Everybody just looks so happy and supportive. And then it's like, well, damn, you niggas out here fucking hoes.
Well, we already knew Kobe was cheating. All right, Pete Kobe. Sorry, Kobe, but Kobe like Vegeta. That's my favorite villain. But
and then apparently we knew D Wade was cheating.
Him too. Carmelo too.
I give him a pass. But
hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Savannah, right? She got kids still under 18. And she probably know LeBron cheating. And you know what she doing? She right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bryce, he gonna be 18 soon. And once he turn 18, guess what I want? Half.
Exactly.
I want half. So LeBron building this whole fucking empire just so he can tear that bitch in half. But at the same time, that could be a part of the plan from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Please don't let that be the thumbnail.
Watch that be it too.
Man, I'm gonna be pissed. Hey, we could delete the whole episode. Delete the whole episode. I swear to God.
We have 40 minutes of content, and then that's the one that you picked.
I'd be pissed. But yeah, like, maybe that's part of that little, because I mean, you want to tell people about the contract you had, or you want to keep that under wraps?
That's under wraps for the raps, if you get what I'm saying.
I bet. All right, because we only got like 8 minutes left, and we got a lot of time to talk about it.
Yeah, and we do. We're gonna say that for another episode. That'll probably be a 2023 podcast episode that we're gonna kick off.
Yeah, I don't know if.
And
we'll
speaking of that community, right? Those group of people. You heard they can't find Kanye? Yeah, his ex
can't find him.
Listen, report comes out, right? His ex-business manager says nobody's been able to find Kanye for, at the time, it was 2 weeks. Now it's a little longer, but it said nobody's been able to find or contact Kanye for 2 weeks. Another report comes out where it says the same person that's looking for Kanye is trying to sue Kanye for, I think it's like $4.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, Kanye had this huge moment a couple months ago in 2022 where he was everywhere. Mm-hmm. Everything he said was viral. He lost damn near every endorsement and contract he had. Everybody low-key turned their back on him. But he, in our eyes, he was standing for truth. He was putting black people on the knowledge that we weren't privy to. Right? And we know how this industry works when figures start telling truth. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Now, all of a sudden, he's missing. Nobody can find him. Only thing that kind of like had me a little twisted about the situation was I ain't heard Kim say nothing. I haven't heard Kim say a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's your ex-wife. She has, you know what I'm saying, your children. Everybody know how he feel about his kids. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So in my eyes, it's like a nigga that's trying to sue me can't find me. Any nigga that's ever tried to duck a subpoena, he know how that feel. You feel what I'm saying? Versus somebody that's like, hey, I can't find the father of my kids. My kids haven't seen Kanye. My kids can't get in touch with their dad. When that report come out, then it's like, this nigga might really be missing. But until then, it's just like, I mean, he could be missing. He could be hiding from you niggas. It's just a lot of up in the air. It's a wobbler, as they say on No Jumper.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just like, how do you take all that in when you hear some shit like that, like Kanye's missing?
Well, first of all, if you're trying to sue me, hell no, you're not going to find me. That's part one. Part two, why the fuck my ex-wife need to be looking for me? That's two. And three, I don't really want to get into all the, because we only got like 5 minutes to go, into all the conspiracies of cloning people. But Kanye did leak those messages from his workout trainer, doctor, partner person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, oh, what will medicate you so bad, the daddy daughter time, whatever the fuck he called it, will never be the same. So
yeah, said they'll turn him into a zombie.
Yeah, and it's like, y'all, make sure I say this the right way. Y'all want to fuck up black people so bad, y'all won't even allow us to just live.
Right.
We come out telling the truth, and all of a sudden we got to shut you down. We got to shut you up. We got to take your brain and put it in this machine.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a step back. Black people, my people. We see what's happening with these celebrities. How many times do we all have to fall into the same trap? The same trap. We seen, drug dealing OGs get taken down. We've seen drug dealing gangbangers taken down. We've seen Bob Marley get taken down. Who else we seen? We seen Martin Luther. If you believe certain conspiracies, Malcolm X, Michael Jackson, Nipsey, there are conspiracies.
Tupac.
Oh God, don't even get me started. So many conspiracies. When are we going to learn to be black, do black, buy black?
Mm-hmm.
If we stay away from the other side, not the other side, because we the other side, but the other side.
Right.
The other side, if we stay away from them, we can control our own shit. Nothing moves until it gets the black stamp of approval.
Right.
Balenciaga ain't shit. What do you say? Ralph Lauren was boring before I wore him. If Kanye never wore Ralph Lauren, we'll never be wearing polo. This right here, black brand, Rotten Apple Black. My boy Dice Commas, holla at your boy.
Mm-hmm.
But be black, do black, buy black. If we promote our own shit and do our own shit, which brings me back to another point. I saw a post from it was a shared comment from one of my friends. It was like, hey, if you want to start that podcast, don't. And I got mad. I got mad because it was like 10 years ago, it was like, oh, no, everybody want to be a gangster. Now, 5 years ago, oh, everybody want to be a rapper. Now, everybody want to do a podcast. Yes, everybody feel like they have something to contribute. And because y'all niggas want to be haters or y'all niggas want to be insert, expletive, niggas don't do it because y'all have something y'all want to say. Nigga, my podcast about something. My music is about something. And if it's not to you, I'll fight you, period. But the whole thing is niggas have shit to put out. There's all kind of, you ain't saying nothing to the niggas that's TikToking that you following. You ain't saying nothing to the bitches that's lying on Instagram that you following. You know what I'm saying? But the niggas personally, you trying to shut them down. But you following this bitch on the other side of the world who taking pictures. She on dates getting flued out by some 67-year-old motherfucker taking pictures of everything but that nigga that she got to go suck that wrinkly dick at the end of the night. Come on, bro. Don't shut a nigga down when these are the niggas that could change the world, change your life, give you some insight on some shit just because you some kind of raggedy ass bitch. And I ain't talking about her. She just shared it. I'm talking about the nigga that posted the shit. You just a raggedy motherfucker. What you doing with your life, bro? I got shit I gotta say. If I was in college, what would be happening? I'll be learning some shit that they put in, but whatever, dog.
It's the world that we live in.
That's the truth. When they say
Misery hate company, them niggas was not lying because niggas that ain't doing
Misery
shit,
loves company. Misery.
That's
what
I said.
Company.
Misery loves company. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Misery loves company. That's what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that ain't doing shit, they want you to be in the same fucking boat right with them.
Yep.
And they don't want you to win unless they winning first, or they could be a part of your win. But hey, fuck them niggas because we ain't worried about that shit over here on Bar Central.
That's facts.
This the last episode of 2023.
Hallelujah.
We made it a whole year. We finna go a whole nother. We want to thank y'all for fucking with us. We don't know how much time
and we won't be taking so long of a break either. Because, look, Truth 400 was going through some shit, man. I was going through some shit, bro. Don't even worry about it.
We gonna keep it coming for 2K.